you what, if you could write a script for the opening play for this crowd, that was it.
Unbelievable. Roads are on fire.
Down the Wakewood knew that was a set play. They practiced that. Chasing back at the ball.
Back in the middle, Josh Card.
Hello everyone, welcome along to the 2017 Finesse Built Slowdown. And joining me, John Casey. And Casey, we've got a bit of a different concept for this year's version of the Slowdown.
That's right, so it's going to be a great day here at the parade. We've got the Slowdown All-Stars taking on the SANFL legends, some of the biggest names in SANFL history. And of course, it's not just a big day for football in South Australia, it's one of the best on the sporting calendar in the state.
Absolutely, and raising money for Little Heroes Foundation. Chris McDermott and the crew doing a wonderful job. Case, let's have a look at this Slowdown lineup. As we said, superstars in both sides, but have a look at the All-Stars.
Yes, and I spoke with Nathan Van Berlo pre-game. He's fit enough still to be playing at elite level. He's going to be dangerous all day. Great to see Tyson Edwards and Michael Dowdy involved as well. But you just go through line by line. We're going to have a lot of fun, but also some great action. Last year's game, the Motlop boys tore it apart as a tandem. We've got Daniel today. Let's hope he can fire up as well.
Well, Graham Corns, in partnership with Michael Taylor, is looking after the Slowdown All-Stars. Here's Cornsy's little pepper before the bounce.
Okay, boys, now, we know it's a fun day. We know it's for charity, but there's pride at stake. Your pride as a footballer is important. There's people who've come to watch you play. They want to see you do the things that you've been able to do in the past. Maybe not as quickly as you've done them in the past, but certainly with the same intensity. You don't lose your skill. I want to see that skill on display. And in games like this, you don't stuff around with the ball. Quick give, use the handball, that's your weapon. Quick handball's always been a weapon. Use the quick handball, get it in long to your forward lines. You've got Luke Goodman at full forward. Mods will be in behind him. Okay, so get it in quickly. You've got guys there who can kick goals. Bungie take charge in the centre. And Mark Bickley, you're a dual premiership captain. I expect you to lead by example out there. One other thing, those Gowans boys must be carried off. You do not let them intimidate you, okay? Most importantly, it is a fun day, but we do want to win, so enjoy it.
And this is the lineup that Cornsy's boys have to take on. They are the SANFL legends. Again, some huge names, Case.
My favourite, number 19, Michael Flash Graham. 64, 65, he's still got speed, he's still got guile, and he's certainly going to be one to watch. And how about the Gowans boys? You have a lot of fun when they're involved as well.
Well, the Gowans boys, of course, still celebrating after Central won the elimination final yesterday in the SANFL, so they are not in good condition at all to take the field. But their coaches, Mark Micken, Stephen Rose, his assistants, and here's Big Rubbers Micken building the boys up.
Who's played in the premiership here? Most of you have played in the premiership. Well, all I can say is that tells us something about you, but does it tell us you can play when it really counts on a day like today? I'll tell you, one thing's going to be a problem today in these games. I reckon 1%ers are a bit of a problem. You know, we're not getting to get a lot of tackles, smothers, shepherds, that sort of stuff. So Rowie has volunteered $5 every time we get a shepherd or a smother to go to the foundation. So every time you smother or tackle, there's another $5. So there's a little bit of incentive to work both ways, because I know two-way work rate could be an issue, and I don't blame you. I don't blame you for that at all. Sicker, see how many pups you can sell in the first quarter. All right, and then give it to Philps, and he'll run and carry for us. Give it to one of the Gowns. He'll give it to the other Gowns. He'll hit Rudy Mandermay coming out of full forward, who's not playing for us. All right, that's all.
Well, Mark Micken, fresh out of his job with West Adelaide, I think he's got the edge on Cornsey there, Soda. I think they could be the SANFL team. The legends are the team to beat here.
Absolutely no idea who's going to win here, Case. You cannot pick it, but what you can say is that someone's going to probably hurt themselves, will lose 2 or 3 hamstrings throughout the day, but it's going to be sensational. All for the Little Heroes, and the opening bounce coming up after the break. We'll see you then.
Little Heroes Foundation Finesse Built Slowdown, supported by our Slowdown partners, assisting seriously ill children.
Well, here's the crowd at the parade here. Magnificent boutique oval here to host the 2017 Finesse Built Slowdown. I was about to say the showdown, but, well, it's the showdown in, first gear, and that's about all we're going to get out of. And joining us, Case, alongside, look at this man here, KG Cunningham.
It's a legend.
Absolute legend. And if you want to get on board, of course, SMS HERO to 0437 371 371. All the money going to Little Heroes Foundation today. And look at the condition of these boys. John Casey, take us away.
All right, well, in white, it is the Slowdown All-Stars, and they're going forward early, and they've got this man, Andrew McLeod, who's always influential. Massey getting involved as well. Won't be at the same pace that we're accustomed to seeing from these players, but we're still going to see plenty of highlights. And how about that? A quick grab there.
Yeah, Goodman. Luke Goodman.
And
Case.
Luke, his brother
Goodman,
Jesse's playing in the other team.
Well, Luke's pretty good. He's just returned from England, playing with the Australian Disability Cricket Team, the medium pacer. And, gee, I'll tell you what, he's not bad with the football either. He's got the first goal, and it has gone to the Slowdown All-Stars. Great start there, Cage, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
Have a look at this young man.
Confident mark, and then more importantly, so does a fantastic kick. So that's a very good start on there. The Slowdown All-Stars.
Little man too, Cage.
Yep.
He probably weighs about as much as one of Andrew Jarman's thighs, but able to push Corey Archie, the former Magpies captain, out of the way with that slight little frame.
Toby Thurston in the ruck for the Slowdown All-Stars. And the SANFL legends, well, they've got their hands full here. Bickley taken down by Jarman behind play. I'm sure we'll see a little bit more of that. And a chance now for the SANFL legends to get something happening, wearing that great South Australian strip. See Brett Backwell getting involved. Scotty Lee in the middle there. Damien Squire. But Van Berlo's had enough of that.
Well, doesn't he look fit? Nathan Van Berlo, for goodness sake.
Can still get it done. Mark Bickley involved. His kick's a poor one. Now, Bix, you need a little bit. Tony Modras turned to him and say, "What are you doing, Cap?" So the SANFL legends need to be precise with their kicking, because Damien Squire's having trouble reeling that back in. But look at the skills.
Classy stuff, that.
Bring
Classy
a smile
stuff
to your face. Good Fogden involved. Gets it back as well. He won't be looking for the 1-2 too often, I wouldn't have thought.
A little more accomplished with a hammer these days on house rules than he is with a football, Foggy, a former Crow draftee who carved his way with West Adelaide and also Glenelg. As the turnover created here, here's the Slowdown All-Stars. Straight
James
through the
Fantasia,
hands.
was
We
it?
haven't got a hamstring already. No, I think we're all okay. Is that James Fantasia?
James
It is. What
Fantasia.
about that? One of the greatest sporting football administrators in the state.
The best.
Fantastic. He's Scotty Lee, the agitator. One of the original Crows on the right foot. That's a nice kick too. Goodman going back. He's already had a good start. Tyson Edwards flicks a little handball. And here's the big bull himself, Andrew Jarman.
Coughed it up.
He's put a huge divot, a crater-like hole into the middle of the parade. And the kick has come out.
Yeah,
and Mark's been taken by Clive Waterhouse.
Yeah, good kick by Scotty Walsh. Found Clive Waterhouse was fantastic with Jarman. Andrew Jarman, come on, Jars. Stand up, don't fall over.
Didn't he win a couple of McGarry medals, Cage?
Yeah, well, I think he did, Case. Clive Waterhouse. Normally a very good kick for goal. He's lost no touches, or has he missed? I think he's missed.
Well, he's pushed it to the right-hand side. The margin, extends now. 1-1, the Slowdown All-Stars. And SANFL legends, haven't been over into their attacking 50 as yet. So 20-minute flat quarters here. Fogden seeing plenty of it, out to impress. Nice kick as well.
Gowans boys into action here, Case.
I think that was Chris, presumably.
I can't tell
Why have you
apart.
gone with that, Case? Why have you gone with Chris?
Because they were listed in that way. But now you mention it, they probably, knowing the Gowans, they would have swapped, wouldn't they?
Good guess, Case.
You know, there were good reports when they were at St Kilda. Obviously, one of the boys got 4 AFL games, the other one got 0, and apparently a change of player for the last game so they could split the matches. So one of the Gowans has played under the other name in an AFL match, which is quite astounding.
Would not surprise me one little bit. That is for sure. Okay.
Now, this is Jesse Goodman. This is the other twin brother.
Yep.
So Luke's already kicked a goal, and Jesse's going to try and answer. This is a little more difficult kick, though. More of an angle. Jesse Goodman, top of the square. Some high fires, some low fires. And the kick there, quick one. Good
Tyson
chance.
Edwards.
Tyson Edwards.
Looks fit, doesn't he?
Fantastic shape.
Chris Massey.
Toby Thurston grabs hold of it now. And he's kicked it out wide. And working out there is Luke Goodman.
A distinct lack of pace at the moment, guys. I'm a bit concerned about the lack of pace.
Maybe just pacing themselves, Cage, to make sure they get through the full four quarters.
Gee whiz.
There's a long way to go.
Unbelievable.
Warm-up's always important. Just at around about 25-30% until they get going. There's big Toby Thurston's doing the rut work, and another bald head coming through in Edwards. Shaping up middle of the
Here's a
ground.
chance.
Here we go.
Macca.
Bungie McLeod. He's got Robin McKinnon covering the mark there. Robin McKinnon's son Jesse made his SANFL debut for South Adelaide last week, and there is Mods. Have a look at the big fella.
Whoa.
Absolute superstar, and the white outfit doing him a world of justice too, isn't it?
And don't they love him, Sodes? They absolutely love the Mods.
There's one thing you can guarantee with the slowdown is, well, it's always a great cause, and the other one is Mods will take a hanger on someone's head at some point. He blazes away to the right-hand side, but someone will bend over. It's normally the Gowans brothers.
Yeah.
They set him up, and Mods will touch the sky again. Let's head down to Theodoropoulos on the boundary.
Thanks, Soda. Well, Jars, what a bit of a start for you. You've come off, you've kicked the clipboard and kicked the drink bottle over. You're not a happy man.
Well, when you're the captain of the side and you get dragged for getting a hard ball get, there's no belief in this coaching staff. So disappointed, absolutely.
And how are you going to get back on, and what are you going to offer?
What am I going to offer? Heart and soul, effort, commitment. I am South Australia. Get that right.
You're going to have to get a move on, Jars. The boys are falling behind.
Exactly right. Sitting here's not going to help our cause.
Good on you, mate.
He hasn't changed, boys, has
Nothing changes.
Coach, there's your partner in crime,
Exactly.
of course, right? From the Dead Set Legends. And
We
I
feel
heard
for
him,
you.
was he quoted as saying, "I am South Australia"?
That's all he says, Sodes. I am South Australia. I'm the big fish in the pond.
Well, he's not even most important, Mr. South Australia, in your radio show.
Exactly right.
He's second there.
He's the vice captain, well and truly.
Don't worry
Case.
about that, Cage.
Exactly.
Well, there they go again.
Gee, have a look at McLeod. Doesn't he look fit? Goodness gracious.
Oh, Fantasia. He's improved his skills already. He's starting to get the hang of it again. It's Bickley handing over. Van Berlo.
He'll kick this.
Lovely kick. Oh, and taking the mark and putting it through. Modric is goal hanging.
Fantastic work by Mods. Let's have a look at the kick here. Nathan Van Berlo. Well, this isn't fair because he is actually a physical specimen, and there's not many others on the field, maybe one or two others. Tony Modra, the kick is absolutely outstanding, and there he is, the cold hero himself, just slotting one through, Cage.
He's amazing. He hasn't lost any of his popularity, even though he's not playing anymore. So just in case the kids and everybody love Tony Modra, and so it's good to see him, playing for the Little Heroes. It's fantastic. It really is.
Mod's off the farm too. He's back living in Adelaide, working for Little Heroes Foundation,
which is good.
Doing a wonderful, wonderful job as ball's pumped out to Greg Anderson. Actually, he's in good nick. This is Chris Gowan, so the ball to Anderson came from James. Chris just spots the kick up, too much on it. Peter Caven gave him an opportunity. Have a look at that man there. Speaking of the Crows going well this year, Peter Caven, he just slaughtered two of the all-time stars in Stuart Lowe and also Wayne Carey in grand finals for the Crows. Scotty Lee, have a look at that. It's inventive. There's Bix. Look at Bix going back onto it. He's got little mouse back well. Uses the body well, Bix too. Little distinct advantage in weight.
Scotty Welsh.
Back. Yeah, that's Scotty Welsh. And good balance, Cage.
Yeah,
look at the
word.
kick.
Onto the left boot. Good stuff.
Van Berlo, Thurston. Oh, they're carving the SANFL legends up here. There's Michael Dowdy getting involved. Now Clive Waterhouse. He drives it long. Get it in the Modra direction. That's what the fans have come to see. Mod's in the vicinity. Getting good support as well. Scotty Lee's in there. Now they've got it to Modra. Handball. Oh, no, he's handballing them off as well. Not sure that was in the script. And around the body.
Oh,
that looks like a good goal.
A great goal. That's an unbelievable goal on that occasion.
that's Ricky O'Loughlin.
It is. I'm just wondering who's the first player that's going to put either James or Chris Gowans on his backside. I know there've been strict instructions to do that today, so it might be Andrew Jarman or someone like that.
Well, we heard Cornsey in the pre-game. He said those Gowans boys do not come off the ground walking. They get carried off. And I'll tell you what, they're a chance to have to carry each other off because they are going nuts after that big win by Roy Laird's boys in the elimination final yesterday. They have been out on it all night. Neither of them got home before 2 a.m. and they'll probably knock someone over with their breath. As here we go again. The Slowdown All-Stars have nailed another goal. James Fantasia, sensational.
I tell you what, not good signs here for the SANFL Legends. They can't get into the game at all. Now, Jars has got to do something here. He's the captain, Case, and so does. He's got to take the lead here. He's done absolutely nothing but complain from the first bounce. He's got to get himself into the game.
Well, he demanded to be sent back onto the field, and he's done nothing since.
Absolutely nothing. Typical. There he is, clapping his hands and carrying on like a pork chop.
Well, the SANFL Legends, they've got problems. Oh, McLeod, set play, has coughed it up. He said, you guys need a bit of assistance here. So he's going to play a little bit for each of them.
Here's Cavo. They'll get it away. Bickley. Chikalala. Now, Jars, do something. He has. Found the player there, and that is Tongari. Can he kick a goal? Oh, right on the line.
Over the line.
Is that not a goal?
That was a goal.
Have we got that technology for this game, KG, with the cameras?
Oh, God.
The only technology being used today is the pacemaker in the chests of a few of these blokes. Because I reckon that looked like it was just about over. A little bit of Shane Tongari magic, the former Crow and Central District star. Along the ground, Welsh. Oh, he looks unfairly fit too, this man. Look at his vision too, middle of the ground. Oh, it's a fantastic kick. He's plucked out Brooke Fogden, but unfortunately Foggy's on the other side.
Oh, behind play, Andrew Jarman's knocked down Scotty Welsh after that kick, and so they've turned it over. He's actually a minus for the team at the moment. Look at, here it is in replay, KG. Look at this. Well,
totally undisciplined, Andrew Newton-Jarman.
It's hard to believe that it was only 20 years ago that he won a McGarry medal and a premiership here with Norwood at the parade.
If I was Mark Micken, I'd have him off the ground sitting on the bench. That's where he ought to be. He's useless at the moment.
Flick through the middle of the ground, little underground one came from Justin Sikalala. Have a look at this man, one of the toughest men that the Eagles have ever produced. And he's on the same side as the Gowans, which is unusual because he's normally belting both of them up. Terrific work there, picked up and plucked nicely by Scotty Welsh with the kick. Looks good. Tyson Edwards goes a little undergrounder. This is Goodman. Oh, through the hands, he's got it. Another chance. Can he get his second? Gee, that's a nice kick, but it's just a little skinny, like his arms.
Yeah, exactly. It's good to see blokes like Tyson Edwards having a run around, still fit enough to be playing. Tyson, I'll tell you, he's in real good nick.
4-3-27, the Slowdown All-Stars. The SANFL Legends are yet to score.
Richard Champion. This is a blast from the past. Richard Champion.
Cage, he was playing on Friday night in the EJ Whitten game we saw on 7. So he and McLeod have, well, butted up 2 days later, which is quite astounding because normally your second day, your DOMS, your delayed onset muscle soreness really kicks in. So these blokes have a chance not to see the second half. As
laid up for a couple of months.
We're going here with these SANFL Legends, still got hold of it.
That's holding the ball, is it? No. Richard Williams. The umpire's called for a bounce.
All right, let's head downstairs to Theo.
Thanks, Soda. Well, 2 SANFL Legends, of course, the Gowans boys. How do you reckon you've started, lads?
Terrible. I should have stayed home. Should have had another couple of cans last night instead of going home early, I reckon.
They've got the jump on you, the Showdown Legends.
Yeah, they're kicking with a 6-goal win, so I reckon we're going to come good. But unfortunately, as I was saying to Dogger out there, Dowdy, we've all got heartburn, so I reckon we're going to struggle in the next quarter. So I reckon we've done our dash.
Not a lot of changes for them in the first quarter. You blokes have had about 5 minutes off already. We haven't played too long. What's going on?
We're just working out strategies, Theo. Rowy's running a tight ship down here, so half-time we should be more closer, I reckon. That wins tough.
Good on you, boys. Good luck.
Thanks.
Well, there's the Twins and some outstanding work from Goodman in that situation. Snapped it around, Cage. He's got some great skills for a young man who's obviously represented Australia at cricket in the disability sports over in England recently. But have a look at this work.
He's got 2 goals, which is absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Drilled it straight through the middle. And the word, Sodas and Case, is the Gowans boys have not been to bed. They have not been to bed. We had him on the program this morning, and they've had a distinct lack of sleep.
Cage, you could expect that they celebrated that elimination final win as well as any of the 9 premierships they played in. Don't you worry about that at all.
The players went home at about 11 o'clock. They were still kicking on this morning at 6.
Well, of course, they face up next week against Sturt.
Exactly.
2 years ago they did this, Cage, where the Dogs weren't in the 8 all year, pushed South out in round 18.
Yep.
Beat Norwood in the elimination, then won the semi-final. They got all the way to the prelim. Now, Central get all the way to the prelim. The Gowans boys are going to be in awful trouble, I would say. Here's a chance for Tyson Edwards.
I think he's doing that, has he, or has he just missed?
He's not real happy about it.
No, he's just
minor
missed.
score.
Minor score.
But there's still 34 points, if you don't mind. 5-4, 34, the Slowdown All-Stars.
Now, Cage, if they get any further ahead, this is going to be very, very hard to contrive a result later in the game. They'll be too far ahead.
Well, exactly right. You just can't, Greg Anderson. But Andrew Jarman, the captain, he was so vocal today in saying he was going to do this and going to do that. He's done absolutely zilch at the moment, as we're seeing the Legends can't get the ball past Tender.
Well, Tonga's had hold of the footy there, Shane Tonga. He's handballed it straight into Ricky O'Loughlin, who's been good. Look at these blokes. Looks like some sort of jelly wrestling. Have a look at it. Tonga v O'Loughlin, just waxing with each other, looking up. Look at this.
Kamikaze stuff.
Back in the ruck there. Well, doesn't get anywhere near Toby Thurston's in the ruck. Greg Anderson burns the kick, gets it back himself. Look at that, man. He's in outstanding shape.
Class.
Saw him a couple of weeks ago at a lunch, Cage, and I gave him a little pat on the back, and I'm not joking. He is still rock solid, still in the gym 3 or 4 days a week. This is Adam Grokey, premiership player for the Eagles and part-time male model, and has just kicked it out of bounds.
It's out of bounds, just in the forward pocket. This is rare territory for the SANFL Legends. They've only had one 4A forward.
Well, Case, they haven't hit the scoreboard yet, Case. Come on, it's 5-4 to zilch.
I really don't know what Stephen Rowe, the assistant coach, and Mark Micken can do here, because they just don't have the cattle, so to speak.
Here's a chance. Here's a distinct chance.
Oh, they're setting up well.
Thomas has taken the mark. Can they get a score?
Where's Champs? Richard Champion. He's gone around the body.
That's
It's the
not
first score.
mate,
It's taken almost 17 minutes, but Richard Champion kicked the first goal for the SANFL Legends.
There he is, good South Australian boy, Cage. Obviously made his name up north.
He did, but a good lad, Richard Champion. Wonderful player, wonderful player. Now working a radio station up there and doing commentary. Loves his footy and kicked that goal. Much needed goal there for the SANFL Legends. Now can they get some momentum going, Case and Sodas?
Well, that's their first one, and boy, did they need it, because the Slowdown All-Stars have made a ripping start to the game. Luke Goodman with a couple of goals. And have a look at that. I'm not sure what's happened there. Toby Thurston's just strong. He's been penalised. So, free kick. That's Clint Alloway in the ruck there with the no number on the back, of course.
Former North and Bayman.
Won the Ken Farmer medal a couple of years ago in the football. Beat James Podsiadley by just the 1 goal, I reckon. There's Paul Thomas, gives it to Anderson. Another free kick given away. So, Anderson, middle of the ground. Champion, the goal kicker. Little chip. Only as far as McLeod. He was looking for Fogden. Have a look at Bungie on the left. Just pops it out nicely. He's got Waterhouse. Paul Thomas guarding the mark. The father and son combination. Yeah. The Thomases, Jamie and Paul, playing for the SANFL team. There's a wobbler.
Oh, good mark. Is that
Not a bad mark at all. That's there's Jamie there, Jamie Thomas.
Yeah.
Paul's old man. There's little Mouse Backwell, McGarry medalist. Flicks it inboard. Champion now really getting amongst it. Look at the kick. Oh, he had Goodman there, but it's been cut off by Bix.
How many times have we seen that, Mark Bickley, the intercept mark across half-back and getting his team out of trouble? The kick's a little wide. Runs out across the boundary line there in front of Tyson Edwards. So, have a boundary throw-in.
Now, are the Legends going with the breeze as well, the Legends boys?
Well, I think the SANFL Legends are using the breeze, KG, rather than kicking into it, as was suggested. So they're down 5 goals to 1 with the breeze. This could get very, very untidy for them.
Here's back. Well, come on now, do something, boys. Come on, put a score on the board. As they go up towards... the turnovers again are killing them. God.
Chance for Van Berlo. Got it from Bickley. 2 former Crows captains combining. Now to the centre of the ground is Fantasia. Running past Brian Benke, a regular in the Slowdown and always loves getting involved.
Robbie McKinnon, West Adelaide boy, good player. Is the Gowans boys coming out of defence now? Can they do something with it? Champs again. He's into the game. Champs doing pretty well. He's set them alight, actually, which is good. Long way to go.
Grokey got it there. And again, the kick there from Shane Tonga. Not his best effort. And Caven, well, he's been picked off as well.
This is James.
You sure? Oh, it's a Chris.
Nah, it's definitely James. You can tell, Cage, because Chris's eyes are rounder than James's. James's are a little more of a slit. I know, I'm serious. That's the best way to tell him. That's definitely James.
I'll take
you know what we'll do?
that,
We'll get them together at one point, and you watch when you compare the eyes.
Just look at the eyes.
A little bit different. All right, what a great start by the Slowdown All-Stars. 34 points to 6, and they have, well, run an absolute muck in the first quarter here of our Finesse Built Slowdown for 2017.
Little Heroes Foundation Finesse Built Slowdown, supported by our Slowdown partners, assisting seriously ill children.
Welcome back to the parade where the SANFL legends are up against it. It's the Slowdown legends. They got off to a red-hot start. Mark Bicken, there's a bit of work to do. What did you see in the first quarter?
I wasn't totally unimpressed. I thought, there's a 12-goal breeze that we're going against, and we're only 4 down. So I'm looking forward to the next quarter and see what we can do.
And Olivia, you're the CEO of Parkinson's South Australia. Of course, Mark's come out very courageously. It's great to be here supporting him.
Yes, and we're very thankful to be invited by Little Heroes Foundation. Mark's a great ambassador of the organisation, shows just how much our organisation does for people with Parkinson's.
And what have you seen in his fight so far? He's been very public, of course, on 7 News and today in the Slowdown as well.
Yeah, and I think it's really helped other people come to terms with their diagnosis and disclose their diagnosis to family and friends. Also, he's highlighted the counselling support services that we offer free to people in South Australia, so he's a great advocate.
And a great day to be involved, of course. Mark, we see you regularly at these sorts of events.
Yeah, well, Parkinson's SA, firstly, thanks to Chris McDermott for allowing Parkinson's SA to be part of the day. But, there's a game of footy to be won, so we're going to try and do that too.
What's the message going to be?
Well, see if we can match the Crow Serious pills. I reckon they've taken a fair dose of them, and we're going to take some this quarter ourselves.
Well, great to see you, of course, pushing the message so strongly. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Good on you. Thanks very much, Al.
It's beautiful, that.
Well, what a start by the Slowdown All-Stars. 5-4-34. Luke Goodman, the cricketer, played for the Australian Disability team with a couple of goals. And we look at that, just the 1 goal to Richard Champion. And Cage, what a start by those boys. Cornsy's at it again, isn't he?
Well, he's at it again, and it would be a novelty to see Cornsy win a slowdown for change those shoulders in case. It's been a long time between drinks. He's been sacked 4 times before for not getting the job done.
He wants it all back today.
He wants it all back, Case. God, strike me, bake.
Well, let's get into action for this second quarter. Of course, if you'd like to donate to Little Heroes' wonderful cause, 0437 371 371 SMS HERO and get on board littleheroesfoundation.com.au for all the details supporting seriously ill children and their families. Chris McDermott and co do a wonderful, wonderful job, and we need a wonderful job from the SANFL legends because right now they are falling behind, and it's a good start to the Slowdown boys again, although that's just bounced off the face of Tyson Edwards. So here's a chance for the SANFL boys. Anderson combines with Jarman. Couple of stars. Damien Squire, he still moves magnificently. Richard Champion, the only goal kicker. Popped it out a little wider. Here's Shane Tonga. He's had a couple of good moments so far today. And there's one. It was a great kick, but, gee, bounced off the chest of that big man
Andrew Sullivan.
He's Andrew Sullivan now. Cage, he's from Sullivan Consulting, and he said he will donate $300 for each goal. Now, I think it was each goal that he kicks.
That's right.
Well, I think you might have to open it up just for each goal that the SANFL team kicks, because
I think you're spot on.
I'm not sure how much action we're going to see from Andrew, given that the ball just bounced off the guts then. But a free kick, I think, is going to come back here. This is Clint Alloway.
Now, he's normally a pretty good kick for goal, Clint Alloway. He's a big, strong man.
Recent Kent Farmer medalist.
Oh,
he's liking that off the boot.
Nice
job. The SANFL legends get a much-needed goal.
Well, I can tell you Rubbers was very animated when he approached the group at quarter time, Case and Soda, so he's obviously read the right act to him, and rightly so.
Well, he needs to, Cage, because he wrapped up at West Adelaide last week, took him to a flag in 2015, so now that he's finished at West Adelaide, he's probably auditioning for a job today.
Well, fair call, fair call, yeah, fair call.
So, seriously, we need to get these SANFL legends up and about. Finally, they have, started well, because obviously the first quarter they were just embarrassing.
Well, Richard Champion was the prime mover in the first quarter that got them back, but he's He's moved him where to? A half-back or somewhere, for
Well,
goodness sake. Come on.
speaking of prime movers, Andrew Jarman's his biggest one, and the ball went straight through his legs there at that centre bounce. So it means that the Slowdown boys have another opportunity. Mods was involved. It comes out to Gowans. This is Chris. His kick spots up beautifully. Have a look at Backwell. Has a bounce. Now, they actually look a little fitter, these SANFL legends. Well, some of them.
Well, they've turned it around a bit, Soda. It was all the All-Stars in that first quarter, but they've turned it around in the second part of that first quarter and the early part of this second term. So the message is getting through, but Jarman's got to lift his game in the middle. Fogden's got to get himself into the game, and they just can't leave it a Richard champion.
No, they've got back-to-back goals at least after we saw the first 5 goals kicked by the Slowdown All-Stars, and a chance for another goal here. And the wind is starting to play some havoc as well, so out of bounds on the full as it hits the point post there. But of course, anyone that wants more information on the Little Heroes Foundation can go to their website, littleheroesfoundation.com.au. There's some tremendous stories there. They do a great job of it, and just looking at their website earlier today, check it out. And of course, as we mentioned, if you can donate, SMS the word HERO to 0437 371 371. We'll give you those numbers throughout the day, but get behind what is an organisation that does wonderful work for ill kids here in South Australia.
Yeah, great organisation. You're spot on, Case.
Tyson Edwards involved. Dowdy, and this is Van Berlo spots the kick out, and look at Scotty Lee. He's still in good nick for a man who obviously was one of the original Crows, Cage.
He was tough and hard in that back pocket. He gave nothing away, so that's for sure.
Geez, he used to love annoying people too.
Did he ever?
Oh, Modra!
There it is. It had to happen, Sodas and Case, didn't it?
Have a look at this work by Toby Thurston's. Just does a little bit of shepherding really nicely. There he is, keeps Thomas out, and Mod's not quite the height of when he sat on Mick Martin's head a couple of times, but here he goes. Have a look at him. Still looks $1 million. Mod's the kick, well, distance-wise at 50, just starting to struggle. There's Corey Archie, strong hands from the former Magpie, and Champion involved again, just flicks it out.
Playing the game of his life, future champion.
Absolutely, there he is, Jars, all talk and finally a little bit of action. I think the sponsor on his jumper has been contributing to the diet too, if you get a look at the Colonel a little closer when we get a shot. This is James Gowans. Oh, he's trying to get away Thurston's. He couldn't, but he got a handball through. Grokey, little left footer. Oh, off the chest. Who is that, man? Is that Brian Binky? There he is.
Is that holding the ball?
It's got to be.
They need it. Oh, yes, holding the ball. No, chance now for the Legends to get another one here, Sodas.
Cage, Brian Binky broke a few hearts at the Sturt Footy Club in '98 when he was outstanding in that premiership for the Magpies. But I'll tell you what, Damien Squire, who's a Sturt legend, just got some back nicely there.
Yeah.
And here he goes, Squizzy on the left. He's just put it through very nicely. And they're on the roll now, the SANFL legends.
Let's go down to Theo Doropoulos down on the boundary line.
Well, double premiership player for the Crows, Kim Costa. You've spent the first quarter and a half on the bench. Why is that?
Mate, they're just saving me fresh legs. I've just been sitting here drinking me double shot of iced coffee, getting a bit hyped up, waiting to go on. Fluorio milk, double shot of iced coffee too, just quietly.
Shameless. Now, where's your other bench members? There's only one on the bench.
Yeah, look, playing obviously the SA Legends. A few blokes pulled out this morning. Must have had a big night last night, I think. Look, you know what, disappointing, but hey, I'm pretty happy. I've sat on the bench the whole quarter. These blokes look they're doing all right.
They're coming back, the Legends, so we're going to have to get you out there soon, mate.
Yeah, look, no doubt. We'll just wait till it gets a bit tighter and do all my best work, you know.
Good on you. Can't wait to see you out there.
Thank you.
Well, so they're under some pressure now. The Slowdown All-Stars. They kicked the first 5 goals, but the SANFL Legends have kicked the last 3.
Yeah, they have. Case, you're right. Is it Tyson Edwards?
I think they've got a little bit up their sleeve, though. The Slowdown All-Stars just playing within themselves at the moment.
Give them a bit of confidence to get back into the game, do you think, Case?
I think so.
Oh, look at this.
Just as I have another go here, Kimmy Costa just doing some work for his business on the side there. And you know who his boss is now, Cage?
No.
Clay Sampson.
Oh,
so
what?
I think he's looking for a little pay rise, and Clay Sampson will be happy to oblige the premiership teammate from the Crows. All right, Cage, what have we got here?
That's a good question. A goal from the... no idea. Will he get the distance? Oh, he's taken the mark.
Well, that was Matt Beckwith, who's from Finesse. And he's handed it over here to Luke Goodman, and Luke Goodman's kicked his 3rd goal.
Oh, well done. Absolutely sensational. Sensational.
Well, that was great work. So Matt Beckwith from Finesse Built, they do a great job. They are sponsoring today's Slowdown. Passed it off to Goodman. He's kicked 3. What a phenomenal start by the young man. They've kicked 6 all up, the All-Stars. He's got half of them. And, well, his brother showed a little bit of class too at the other end. His twin wasn't quite able to finish it as well as Luke has. But, well, there's the answer that they needed, the Slowdown All-Stars.
I think the rain's coming in too, so this will be a test for their skill when the rain hits, I can tell you. They're off again.
If the rain makes the track a little heavy, the slow track will suit what we've got here at the moment. There's Modra, just puts the left hand out. Jamie Thomas cleverly just outsmarts Mods. Here's Clive Waterhouse, the former #1 draft pick, just using some good vision out to Van Berlo. Van Berlo says, run with me. Run with me. And here's little Jacob Milbank, I reckon that is, isn't
Yes,
it?
it is. I think it is. I think you're right. Yeah.
Chips it up, and the mark is taken very nicely by James Fantasia, already a goal kicker, the CEO from the Norwood Footy Club. Goes up, Mods. He's got Archie on him. Here we go. Little give from Welsh. McLeod, just casual as you like, on his left. Oh, hasn't got enough turn on it.
Didn't quite get the breeze, Sodas, but was classy. Very classy.
And Andrew McLeod doing some great work with St Michael's as well as the coach of the first 18 there.
Got him. Well.
So the chance for Jesse Goodman there, twin brother. That one's just off the side of the boot a little. So we'll see the Slowdown All-Stars being dominant right from the start here. Scotty Welsh looking dangerously fit. And here's Ricky O'Loughlin. Got a couple of options. Waterhouse presents. Oh, Champion just got a piece of it. But Waterhouse was good enough to get it back to Ricky O'Loughlin. Now, McLeod, all harassed. This time quickly onto the boot. And a chance. Paul Thomas.
Paul Thomas. I think the old All-Stars have lifted the bar a bit here, Case, and upped the tempo a bit.
Yes. Champion. Nice pass. The hand pass there came from Grokey. Just missed the target. Now they've turned it over. Massey. The All-Stars going forward again. Thurston's the Port Adelaide premiership man. And they've got numbers here. Handball over the top from Modra. The left boot.
Missed.
Oh. There was a touch of the Malcolm Blights about that when he went across the face of goal and kicked it behind. How did Modra miss from there?
Oh. It kicked that 10 times out of 10 normally. Mods. Absolutely.
Maybe Graham Corns is going to have to bring him to the bench. That might disappoint the fans, though. We need Mods out there.
Here's Greg Anderson. Gets it from Champion. The two #1s combined. Just your high kick. Big Binks. Through the hands. What is going on with Brian Binky today? Couple of big errors from the premiership star and also former Crow. Here's Tongas. Just draws a little handball in nicely, and that worked brilliantly.
Robbie McKinnon.
It was Robbie McKinnon, the West Adelaide premiership star. Little chip over the top. Through the hands. The big fella. He wants $300 a goal. Just give it to him. Get the money into the coffers of little heroes. But it's the Viking himself, Wayne Wiedemann, with the clearing kick.
Kimmy Costa coming away. He goes to Clive Waterhouse. Back towards centre. Jarman. Turnover again. Goes to McLeod. Singing out the crowd. Get off, Jarman.
I think that was the effects mic, wasn't it, Gates? Some bloke in the crowd.
Well, whoever it was.
He sounded like Mark Soderstrom.
It did. It was
very similar voice.
Too right. It was a good message. I don't mind telling you.
Yeah, well, he wasn't the only one thinking it, I think, Case.
Here comes the rain, Case. Here comes the rain.
This is going to test them.
This will test them.
Damien Squire. Well, he just grits the teeth and says, I'm used to this. He's kicked just a little too deep, though. And the All-Stars, Benke, taken down with the kick. Jarman, finally, something clean. Oh, look at the sharp handball. Oh, it's taken down as well. Tyson Edwards has left Andrew Jarman on the ground. He's gone back for seconds. He's driven the boot in. Oh, Jarman's in all sorts of trouble. And the SANFL legends are going forward. Oh, Andrew Sullivan drops another one. He's got a little bit of time. $300 to the charity. Yes, sir.
He's drilled one. Gee whiz, it was a bit of a stoush behind play.
Have a look at this. This is the work of Tyson Edwards. He's put Jarman down about 3 or 4 times. But finally, we got a goal from Andrew Sullivan, and he's, oh, look at what is going on, Andrew. I know the rain's out, but pick it up. Puts it through, so that's $300 to Little Heroes, thanks to Sullivan Consulting. They've left him one out. It's like Sullivan's paddock, and he still couldn't pick it up, Cage.
Tell you what, he had 3 slices of banana cake for morning tea this morning. 2 toasted cheese sandwiches.
This is Jars?
Yeah, Jars.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, that's just mild. That's just mild for him.
What he likes to do, too, when he's on radio with you, Cage, he has that big wine glass like a goblet, and he fills it with iced coffee, doesn't he?
Bit more than iced coffee, I think, so does.
Just a dash of perhaps Kahlua in there.
Exactly.
There's the long kick going in again. Oh, Sullivan. I'm not even sure what he's tried to do there. That was
away.
Some sort of Ted Whitten flick pass from the 1960s. Peter Caven, have a look at that. The former Lion, he's a former Swan and a former Crow. Binky now starting to get onto it. Is Doughty into the centre of the ground. Bickley, Scotty Welsh, always balanced, left or right foot. Clive Waterhouse just puts out one hand and says, that's enough for me. Little flick from Beckwith over the top. Goodman. He's got Paul Thomas on him. Goodwin just tried a little bit of Wayne Harms work, but there was no Sheldon. Oh, look at this.
He's put Modra down now.
Look at those two. Tell you what, you want to be careful.
What sort of a weight division would they be wrestling?
Heavy.
Super heavyweight.
Well,
maybe.
Dean Lucan was 140 kilos in 1984 at the LA Olympics when he won gold, and he was well lifting in the 110 plus super heavyweight. So I reckon, well, those boys would probably give him a run for his money. Damien Squire, silky skills on the left. He's got Goodman. Look at the red jumpers. They are absolutely everywhere, except there.
That one.
Ricky O'Loughlin picks it off. Oh, nice disposal into the middle of the ground for Bickley. His handball missed the target. Bickley has to go back and find it. Now he's got some problems. He's out. Now that looked like a throw, umpire. Well done. Umpires picked that out.
Yeah, well called, Case.
Brooks
Definitely
Fulton's
throw.
got the ball. They've got numbers. Now Sullivan's in the goal square, but they're ignoring him for some apparent reason. And Anderson is the target. They've kicked 3 out of the 4 goals in this quarter to get themselves back into the equation. And now a chance for young Jesse Goodman.
Jesse.
To get his first goal. His brother, his twin brother at the other end for the Slowdown All-Stars has already kicked 3. So come on, Jesse. The SANFL legends need you. Determined approach just across the face of goal. Edging it ever so closer.
Scotty Lee having a well-earned rest on the bench.
It's the first miss for the SANFL legends. 4 goals, 125. All-Stars 6-6-42. Well, they're coming back again.
One more before half-time. Case will be what the doctor ordered.
Yep, a flat 20-minute quarters here, so inside the last 5 until half-time. Peter Caven pretty happy about taking a mark. Dangerously across goal. He needs to be precise here. Good job to Ricky O'Loughlin.
Oh, Tonga's. Oh, he's been penalised too.
No. Yeah, 50 metre or 25 metre.
Now, Cage, for all of the Crows fans out there, I reckon when Tonga's came on the scene, was it a game against Brisbane up north where he ran amok? He may have picked up 2 Brownlow votes from memory.
He did, so does, yeah. Burst onto the scene in a big way. Tonga, he did. Tonga's, he burst on the scene in a big way.
Yeah, 1994 with 3 goals it was.
Yeah.
Up at the Gabba against the
That's
Bears.
right. Yep.
He was a classy footballer. Loved to get on the lip too.
Yeah.
He's always a bit snappy on the lip, Tongas. Here's a chance for Chris Massey, a personal trainer now with his company Chai PT, doing some wonderful stuff, and spots the kick up too. That's just terrible. Clint Alloway, the school teacher. High, sitting under
Robbie
it and showing
McKinnon.
just a little bit of class. Robbie McKinnon, the fireman.
Yep, the Westies man.
There he is.
Wonderful
Goes for a little
player.
undergrounder. James Gowans off to Anderson, over the top to Backwell. He's got some support. Brooke Fogden on his own. There he goes. Big Foggy, the ungainly unit from outside 50 with a wobbly kick to square it up, and he's found Binky.
Well, let's get down to Theo with Cornsey. It's about the Slowdown All-Stars.
Cornsey, have you seen this quarter? It's narrowed just the gap a little bit, the margin. You look a bit concerned.
Well, I think we're just overusing the ball. They got a bit carried away in the first quarter. The big heads started to kick in. You start to do things a bit too easily. The the other team was always going to lift. They have. Andrew Jarman's been an influence, which a champion will have to do something about. But it's a matter of efficient use of the ball, and we haven't been using it efficiently.
They've gone forward again. They're about to have another shot on goal, I think.
And we've been too loose in defence, to be quite frank. I mean, their poor kicking has kicked it into. I'm really going to have a word with them at half-time.
Look forward to seeing you then, mate.
Yeah, well, can't wait.
There he is, Cornsey. Now, Andrew Sullivan has missed from point blank. Now, KG said 300 for every goal. We should make him pay 500 for every point.
Exactly right. Yep, there's got to be some penalty there, Sodas.
We'll give him a plug. Sullivan Consulting. Okay, so 500 a point as well now for you, Andrew, if you're going to keep this up.
They barely need another goal here, the old Legends, before half-time. Tongaree. Hope they can grab and get back to winning the goal.
And did Cornsey just say that Andrew Jarman has been an influence or is under the influence? I'm not sure I caught that well. And also Andrew Jarman's in the opposition team, so he is having an impact for his team because he's playing for the other team, I think is what he's saying.
Worked that out, you're pretty good, you worked that out.
Jars has been the best contributor for the Slowdown All-Stars.
Yeah,
There's no doubt about that
A
at
double
all.
agent.
He's been their best player. This is Van Berlo. Flicks a handball out, the kick comes up and just out of bounds. There's a man who is getting right behind the concept too, in Luke Beckwith, I think it is,
yes,
who is sponsoring today with his company, Finesse Built. Great to see him getting involved. Oh, that's just taken out of the air by Clive Waterhouse. The former Docker and Maggie flicks the handball out, but out of bounds.
I think a few of these players are just looking up at the scoreboard to look at the clock as well, which is approaching the 19-minute mark. They'll be gasping for a break here at half-time. So just over a minute until the major break. Trust you're enjoying our coverage here on Channel 7. Get behind the Little Heroes Foundation. Well, is that going to be paid?
No, it didn't quite get the distance, I don't think, Case.
And now almost out of bounds. And the boundary umpire, well, he didn't miss a beat.
The rain's gone away, which is a blessing in disguise.
It was Kimmy Costa wearing number 5 there with the knee brace.
Looks like he's borrowed that from Steve Austin. Can we get a close-up look at that? Have a look at that thing. My Lord.
How could you run with that on your knee, for goodness sake?
Oh, danger. Stand by. Andrew McLeod. Oh, just so creative. Gets it to Beckwith. He wanted to hand it over as well. Modger from the goal square. They have to tell me he's missed another one from close range. That, admittedly, a little more difficult.
Some nice work by Matt Beckwith there, just ready to flick the hands off. Very unselfish. You would have thought Modge in the goal square would be a Monty, wouldn't you, Case?
Exactly right. Would have kicked that for sure.
Yeah, 1997.
Here's Richard Champion playing a slashing game here for the Legends.
Little handball comes out. Robbie McKinnon, look at the nick. He played the 83 premiership for West Adelaide.
Yeah. Oh, good player.
Just do the maths.
Yep.
1983, Cage. How many years ago is that?
Oh, geez, 17.
That's a lot.
34 years ago.
34 years ago, and he's still running around because he's a very fit 5. And all right, there he is at half-time. It's been a big comeback by the SANFL Legends. 4-2-26. They trail the Slowdown All-Stars 6-7-43. Well, half-time here at the Finesse Built Slowdown, and Case, it was a big comeback by the SANFL Legends after, well, a pretty slow start.
Yeah, they had to dig themselves out of a big hole there, Soda. The Slowdown All-Stars kicked the first 5 goals of the game, led by 34 points there in the opening quarter. But full credit to the SANFL Legends, they've bounced back. They had a good second term there where they kicked 3 goals to 1. Goal kickers in the game so far, Luke Goodman's kicked 3, Fantasia, Modra and O'Loughlin with singles for the Slowdown All-Stars. And for the Legends, Richard Champion got them underway. Clint Alloway, Squire and Sullivan have kicked goals there in the second quarter. And at half-time, a 17-point margin. It's still up for grabs.
Of course, the rain's gone away. Joining us now, one of the absolute legends of South Australian football, Chris McDermott. And Bone, Little Heroes going wonderfully well. 22 years already you're celebrating this year.
Yeah,
I was just a boy,
congratulations.
22 years. Thank you, Case. I was just looking at your notes there to see how interesting that Andrew Sullivan's got a goal, because you didn't talk about what he didn't do in the second term. He must have dropped 3 or 4 chairs. He was a disgrace. So he's got a lot of work to do. That was a segue. Yeah, 22 years. It's been a long time. It's been a great time. We've raised now just about $20 million. So just ticked over there. Just done the Centre for Robotics at the Women's and Children's Hospital. So it's it's gone nicely, but still plenty to do, Soda.
Bone, a new sponsor too, Finesse Built for this year, and Matt Beckwith is playing today. He's also contributing to help you raise some money.
He certainly is. Matt's been fantastic, and he's a great lover of sport in this state. Doesn't play very well, but supports it strongly. Had one kick. He told me he could play, so he's told a porky there. But Finesse Built have been fantastic. Got themselves behind the slowdown, and they're doing a house and land for us at North Brighton next year, which will be magnificent. So great support. A good guy. Needs to work on his footy though.
Well, Chris, continue the wonderful work with Little Heroes. Of course, all the details to donate we'll have throughout the afternoon. Congratulations again, mate.
Thanks, boys. And
well done.
I see that who ends up winning? Oh, no, Andrew Sullivan drops 10 more chest marks.
What a surprise.
Little Heroes Foundation Finesse Built Slowdown, supported by our Slowdown partners, assisting seriously ill children.
Let's roll into the second half now, and Johnny Casey, well, one of the boys is already down too in the middle. That's Andrew Jarman again.
Yeah, play acting again. As you saw there.
Casey spent more time on the ground, laying on the ground, not standing on his feet.
He has been a bit of a problem. Don't forget, we saw the details quickly there. Make sure you get behind there's a replay of Jarman going down. Some friendly fire there, but SMS the word hero to 0437 371 371, and you can donate to the Little Heroes Foundation. All the details are on their website at thelittleheroesfoundation.com.au. And Finesse Built Slowdown in 2017. There's been a lot of finesse going on. It hasn't been pretty, some of it, but we've got a game on our hands here, just 17 points the difference.
I tell you what, Ando still moves very silky, doesn't he? Very smooth, just glides over the ground. He's had a pretty good game.
There's Chris Gowans, fires the handball out. Brooke Fogden just with the kick, and great start. Clint Alloway, former captain of the North Adelaide Football Club, spots up over here to Shane Tongaree, about the same distance, but in a much better position directly in front. Tonga's looking for a couple of extra metres. He's off. He's off. He hasn't gone behind the mark, and he's drilled it through. Have a look at Shane Tongaree with just a little fist pump with the right hand.
That has pleased rubbers no end, I can tell you, the coach. That's the goal they needed to get back into this game, Sodas.
That is outstanding work. Have a look at Alloway, unselfish. Now, he never played like this when he was playing SANFL footy, but right now, he's given it to Tongas. And look at this work here. Chris Massey, well, he's been hoodwinked, and then Tongas off on his left. He's drilled it through. Now, the margin back to 11 points.
Which is fantastic. They're back in the ball game.
4 goals to 1 since quarter time.
Yep.
For the Legends. They were down in all sorts of trouble by 34 points when the All-Stars kicked the first 5 goals of the game inside 14 minutes. But full credit to the SANFL Legends and Mark Micken. He's got them back in the frame here now. If we can just get Andrew Jarman to contribute. But we may have to wait a little longer for that. Thurston got it from McLeod. Went for the torpedo. This campaign to get the torpedo punt back into the game, I think it's a good one as well, KG.
I love it, the torp. Nothing like the torp, Case.
Nothing like it. It's a nice rolling mark taken there by Scotty Lee. No, this is Matt Beckwith.
Beckwith, yep.
Matt Beckwith.
I reckon Scotty Lee's going to come up here and give you a clip, Case, if you call Scotty Lee Matt Beckwith again. Or Matt Beckwith Scotty Lee, whichever way you like it.
It wasn't me.
They don't need this goal. No, they've missed. That's good. It's good for the Legends.
Jamie Thomas bringing the ball back into Andrew Jarman.
Come on, Jars, do something for a change. Find a body.
Skills are still good, though.
Oh, yeah. Sikalala he's found.
Sikalala loves selling a pup. He's done that well, but he's gone for a one-on-one contest. Ricky O'Loughlin cleverly on the right foot, pops it up. Modra! There he is. The absolute cold hero, and perhaps, well, we've seen Eddie Betts in recent years, Cage. Is Eddie Betts rivaling Mods as the biggest cult hero the Crows have ever had, or is Mods still head and shoulders above?
No,
what do you reckon?
I think Mods just got his head just marginally in front to Sutters, but tell you what, Eddie Betts has made terrific ground. Absolutely.
Well, have a look at Tony. No problems at all with accuracy. Another goal to the Slowdown All-Stars.
It's amazing. I think Andrew Jarman has gone on to Mods, I think. Moved by Rubbers. I think watch him here. Yep, there he goes. Look at that. Not within a bull's roar. God, strike me pink, Jars. Didn't need that goal.
Well, they're just starting to get within.
They were
arm's
touched.
length,
Yeah, they were, Sodas.
Oh, well, Tony Modra just gets that little bit of breathing space for the Slowdown All-Stars, but it's been a terrific performance by the SANFL legends since quarter time. Toby Thurston's doing the ruck work up against Brooke Fogden and just providing a tackle there. Thurston's on Little Mouse Backwell. The ball has come out to, oh, have a look at this man.
That's silky smooth stuff. It really is.
He's just got great strength. Here he is, Sikalala.
The Port Wakeful fisherman. Oh, that's got to be 50 metres or 25 metres.
He's umpire Colin Ralston onto that quickly.
Yes.
And this time Chris Massey's not going to be hoodwinked by Tonga because he's held hold of the footy. Look at Massey, will not give the football back to him until he's definitely got him covered, and he's done that really well.
Very smart thinking, Sodas. Well picked up.
Good work, Chris Massey.
Come on, Tongas, kick this.
The Swedish-born Chris Massey.
Oh, he's passed off. He's found the Gowans boys.
He's got a Gowans boy. This is Chris. Drops it in short, and there's Clint Alloway.
Need this goal badly, Sodas, in case. Get back into the end. Oh,
he's given off a game. He's found Damien Squire, one of the inaugural power players. Of course, a couple of McGarry medals with Sturt. Started his career at the North Adelaide Roosters. Silky skills.
Yeah, my word. Badly needed goal here.
Let's have a look what he's like now.
Oh, he dragged it.
Squizzy.
They've been good in front of goal, generally speaking, so that's 5-3-33 for the Legends. The Slowdown All-Stars 7-9-51. They've been a little wayward in front of goal, but they need to kick those as they try and get back into the frame here. Massey did a 360. Now he's got the support there. Ricky O'Loughlin in there, out of trouble.
Yes, pressure's off.
Out of sight, Clive Waterhouse on the lead. Luke Goodman. Oh, this kid's been a star. Kicked the first goal of the game. He's got 3 in total so far. That's a little beyond his range, so he's going to share it around.
Unselfish.
Yes.
Two case, well called.
And James Fantasia, well, the CEO here at Norwood, if you're going to pass the ball, you send it in his direction. I'm sure good things will happen.
James Fantasia.
He's shaping for the torp, I think.
Oh, he's got, good old-fashioned torp. One of the best football administrators in football, James Fantasia. Where's he going with that?
Oh, to McLeod. Jarman caught napping.
Oh, not again. He's got to get him off the ground. Mark's got to get him off. Look at this.
Cornsy's rubbing his hands together again. He's saying, well, this Andrew Jarman, the move of mine, and the other team is working well. McLeod kicks the goal.
Gee.
Andrew Jarman just, well, still trying to work out what's happening out there today. And there's the man on his tummy that's been sponsoring him. No doubt that is a body built by the Colonel. And right now, the Slowdown All-Stars have just taken that buffer out after the Legends got pretty close to them, but we're now out by 24 points.
Just taking the pressure off.
Back in the centre of the deck, Thurston's fogged in again as they've been at it all day. That was some clever football. Mouse Backwell gives it over, quick kick, comes out, spots it up for Squire. Couldn't do it, tried his best, was just slipping and sliding all over the place. I think it was Darryl Wintle that got the kick out to him, his former North Adelaide teammate, and here's some body work.
Lovely shepherding.
Taken out. That was Alloway doing the shepherding. Little kick around the corner, smothered. Alloway again. Is he going to give off? He tries to. Under all sorts of pressure, off the boot of Bickley. He goes again, Bickley. Little toe poke, caving off the ground. Someone pick it up. You paid to pick it up, boys. Andrew Jarman around the corner. No. Only 2 there, and they're both in white jumpers. Scotty Lee back to Bickley, has a bounce on the wet turf, but he's got time to pick it up. He decides to touch it, so he's learnt from his mistake moments ago, and he's now got Toby Thurston's at centre-half back.
Oh, they're running now. Here's Massey out wide again, playing a pretty useful game. Massey.
He's been impressive.
He has.
Looks sharp. So's this man, Andrew McLeod.
Oh, Doughty now.
Sweeping handball. Doughty charging forward to the moderate direction. Going to get out of trouble. The Legends, Filkey. Oh, Clive Waterhouse knocked it down, gets it back from Goodman. Waterhouse, handball over the top, running into the open. Oh, the drop kick from Modra, who kicks his 3rd.
back in the centre now. 30 points the break. SANFL Legends, they need a little bit of magic now. They've got it back well through the middle of the ground. The Mouse puts it up in position there. I think that's Steve Jackware at the front with Scotty Lee behind him. Goes to Massey. McLeod, 1-2, works beautifully. Mass little handball onto Doughty. He's got Van Berlo, centre of the ground. Spots up with a kick. Look at the skills from Van Berlo. Goodman with a juggler. Surely you've got to pay that umpire. I think he has. Is that Tim Pfeiffer? I think it is.
Yeah, yep.
Well, Cage, you're, well, one of the great umpires here. That was definitely a mark, wasn't it?
No question. Yeah, good decision. Good decision. Couldn't grumble about that at all.
Now, this girl, this is Sophie Lee. She's just come on for the All-Stars. She's taken off. She's sold the pup. She's gone with the right foot into the middle. Oh, no. There he goes again, Matt Beckwith. Matt, what are you doing?
He's kicked a goal. No, he's
kicked
missed.
a point.
He's missed.
Oh, Sophie, do it yourself. Just bypass the middleman. Let's head down to Theo.
Well, Andrew, you played on Friday night. You're still in ripping Nick, mate. How are you finding it today?
Oh, it's a little bit slow today, Theo, but no, not too bad. It's going all right.
We see you each year, of course, such a great cause to be involved with, mate.
Yeah, it is. It's always great to come out and support the Little Heroes Foundation, do a fantastic job and put on a great day. And yeah, I think the boys they've got a little bit serious down there for a couple of minutes, but no, they're going all right.
They've just missed another opportunity now, of course, 20 years since the first flag. It must be a great way to celebrate the 20-year reunion. And, of course, the boys going so well this year too.
Yeah, well, it's all in front of them now, isn't it? So, yeah, I guess we've built the bridge there and paved the way. It's their opportunity now to make some history for themselves.
That's it, mate. Thanks for your time. Get back out there.
Oh, well, there you go, kicking a goal.
The Gowans boys, have they kicked a goal? I think he has. He's given Weed a kiss too.
No.
Oh, what? Much needed goal there by the SANFL Legends. Gets him in touch again. And watch the Weed. He's giving him a kiss.
Oh, yes, too.
Oh.
Bit of man love there too from the boys.
Yeah.
Andrew Jarman with one of the twins.
Now, trail by 24 points. The Legends at the moment, boys. Got to get another quick one to get back in touch.
Well, 8 minutes to go in this third term,
Yep.
so still plenty of time to get a couple more goals.
Chance.
Here we go. Champion through the centre of the ground. Spots up. Oh! Have a look at that. Man in front. A couple of Central District stars there. Scotty Lee just outmarking Chris Gowans, that was. Just going over the back, Gowans. Don't worry about the punch. Here's Van Berlo in traffic. Sophie Lee spots up. She's got a runner in Doughty. Doughty just works his way around nicely. There's Scotty Welsh. Spots the kick up too, and there's some clever work by Tyson Edwards. His son Jackson playing some league football for Glenelg. Tyson pops it around. Here we go. Matt Beckwith from Finesse Built just tried a little bit of slap it back into the play work, but he couldn't get it
And
done.
so does Willie's son get picked up by the Crows, do you think? Father-son rule?
You'd have to give it a nudge, wouldn't he?
I
He's
would
been
think so.
pretty impressive,
He
well
has.
balanced, and for a
Yep.
young man, he showed enormous courage playing in the SANFL in the latter part of the season too.
He's been very impressive.
Yeah, my word, you're right, Case.
Great little left footer.
Sikalala, very skillful for the old Eagles. He was in his prime, no doubt about that.
The game's playing record there, KG. Justin Sikalala.
Yeah, good bloke too.
As
good
opposed
fisherman.
to the Woodville and the West Torrens components.
Yep.
And speaking of the Woodville, remembering the great Ralphie Sewer the other day.
Zip Zap.
What a champion Zip Zap was. 324 games for Woodville. Played in 4 decades, the 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s.
Freak.
And when he played his last game, he was a grandfather.
I love that, Case.
And he was still contributing. That is an amazing record I don't think we're ever going to see again. But Zip Zap, Ralphie Sewer, fantastic.
Wonderful player. What's Andrew Newton-Jarman? They're rising again.
He hasn't even made the distance.
Come
he turns
on.
around.
Come on.
He's talking
Mark.
to the crowd.
Get him off.
I think there's one spectator there, a hardy soul, braving the rain starting to come. And I hope she was booing him, because that was
She
woeful.
was.
Jars, that was woeful.
Not good. There's Binky up towards half forward. Kimmy Costa with that brace on his left.
Bionic man.
I don't know how he runs. Look at him. Unbelievable. He'll probably kick a goal here. What's this? Oh, no. He'll just dribble through for a point, will it? No, still an
Lukey Goodman off the ground.
Logan. That's the last thing the legends needed.
Yeah, forward to Luke Goodman now.
Yeah.
Oh, he has been outstanding.
No.
Played cricket for Australia, represented the disability team, and played in England recently. Medium pacer,
Good
so
stuff.
he's not bad rolling the arm over. He's not bad off the boot either, Cage. 4 goals, 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, and right now, well, he's pretty much been the difference when you look at the
word.
score.
And they're 20. They trail by what? Is it 34 or 24 points? Oh, gee whiz! The score getting out of touch for the legends. That's for sure. The rain coming too, which makes it harder.
5-goal margin. Here's Grant Filkey.
Yeah.
Oh, he's found the fountain of youth too. He's like Benjamin Button, Grant Filkey. Have a look at him. He's fantastic.
The Gary medalist.
He was playing 30-odd years ago as well, and he looks outstanding.
Yeah, the game's record holder at West Adelaide, Grantley.
Yeah.
Of course, Aaron, his cousin, doing a great job there for the Bloods at the moment.
There we go. A couple of original Crows too. Wiedemann and Jarman going at it. Peter Caven, here's Jars. Can he get up? Goes off the ground. Tongaree. Let's see if he's got the magic. I think he has.
Oh, yes.
Tonga's on the left. Wow.
Whoa, that's a beauty. Needed that one, Sodas, badly. It brings them back in touch now.
Good work by Jarman. Unselfish, just farms a handball out. Look at Tongas. Slammed it on his boot like a mini-league boy.
Now, Jars will say that's his goal. He'll claim that goal, Jars. You wait and see.
Second for the quarter for Shane Tongaree.
Brings them back in touch. The rain's tumbling down here lightly at the moment at Norwood. Next goal will be handy before 3/4 time, guys.
I think 3/4 time will be handy for some of the players as well. Looking for a break.
Oh, some of them are stuffed. Absolutely. Oh, incredible.
Well, the flick pass is back in vogue. Sees James Gowan.
Oh, the kick just too high, but chance now for the Crows to get away. Here's Filkey again. The Crows, the legend, I mean. If Brooke Fogden gets it back over the top. Now can they convert? Goodman up towards full forward. Jars uses the body. Out the way, the kick. Comes from Steve Jacker. I think he's kicked it, has he? Yes, he has. Now they are back in touch.
Sharp-looking haircut on Steve Jackware. He's got the little undercut going as well, so he's kept up with times too. And just look at the skills on the man. That is pretty impressive, isn't it?
My word. Unbelievable. They're back into, you're right about the haircut too, Sodas.
Very nice. His son playing some good football too.
Yes.
Another son of a gun running around in the SANFL with the ability perhaps to go to a higher level. Steve Jackware.
Now we've got an 18-point ball game here. One more would be handy. Bring it within 2 goals.
Toby Thurston's over the back. Oh, that was Paddy Ryder style. And the man who played Robbie Gray was Scotty Welsh. He gives it off to McLeod. Over the top, running back with the flight was Champion. It goes up. Oh, look at that. He was resolute in defence as a Magpie, Corey Archie, and he does it beautifully. Sikalella inboard. Great vision, as we come to expect. Here's Paul Thomas. Yep. Well, he looks a little too fit for this sort of concept. Goes over the top. Jackware, he's come alive now after that goal. Little stretch. Adam Grokey.
Tell you what, the next goal would be handy here, Sodas.
And they're going to get it too. Oh, the big fella! I think he just sort of whisked it into his hands.
He did. Andrew Sullivan.
Somehow, have a look at this. This is Hope. Hope just brings it in. And then he looked at it and thought, my Lord, I've got hold of it.
The shock of his life.
Andrew Sullivan from Sullivan Consulting. That's another $300 going to the Little Heroes Foundation. Good man, well done. And Brooke Fogden, they're all coming down to show him some love. We're going to have a look at this again, Cage. Can you describe it?
He looks at the footy, takes his half and looks down and it's in his hands.
He said, what is this? How did it get here?
It's a footy, I got the footy.
Wow, let's head down to Theo.
Thanks, guys. Well, Mods, another great day to be involved in, and the crowd still comes to see you do your thing. You got a couple?
Oh, I've got a couple. I think they're looking after me out there a bit, but the weather's turned it on for us. It's great.
What about the finish? Going to get tight as usual?
Oh, yeah, you never know. But looking forward, don't go anywhere.
20 years since you won since the Crows won their first flag, mate. What do you like about the boys this year? They're looking really good.
Well, they are, aren't they? I mean, a couple of home finals coming up, so I think if they're going to do it any year, this year's going to be the one.
Can't wait to see. We'll get out the rain, you get back out there.
Good on you guys. Cheers.
Mod still delighting everyone. As we head toward three-quarter time, 20-minute flat quarters here. Sophie Lee getting involved. Might have enough time. She can pick it up and get it forward. Richard Champion playing the witch's hat at the moment. Can she get there in time? She's about 60 out.
How fast is she running, Case?
Drives it forward now. The SANFL legends, they want to keep their noses in this. They've kicked the last 3 goals. They don't want to concede one just before the siren, but the biting man, Kim Costa's taken the mark. Going to shoot after the siren. All important kick, KG.
I tell you what, the word coming out of the All-Stars camp is we wait on Costa to kick this. He has kicked it, I think. So they lead by 18 points. 18 points with the word coming out of the All-Stars. If they lose this, Corns is gone.
He's going to be it.
He's gone.
Sacked for the 5th time in slowdown history. Unbelievable. Well, they get a little bit of breathing space here at three-quarter time. And, of course, with our slowdown on today, SA Weekend not on this afternoon, but it will return right here on 7 on September 17.
Little Heroes Foundation Finesse Built Slowdown. Supported by our Slowdown partners. Assisting seriously ill children.
Now this girl, this is Sophie Lee. She's just come on for the All-Stars. She's taken off. She's sold the pup. She's gone with the right foot into the middle. Oh, no. There he goes again. Matt Beckwith. Matt, what are you doing?
He's kicked the goal. No, he's
kicked
missed.
a point.
He's missed.
Oh, Sophie, do it yourself. Well, three-quarter time here at the parade, and a little bit of rain coming down, and right now the SANFL legends are trailing the slowdown All-Stars goal kickers. Well, Luke Goodman, he's been outstanding with his 4 mods, always delights in this format.
Final quarter of the slowdown. Now, why don't you be a hero at home for the little heroes as well? SMS the word hero to 0437 371 371 and donate to support to seriously ill children. Get to the Little Heroes Foundation website, as you see there, littleheroesfoundation.com.au, and get behind this program. And the chance now, well, they've been leading all day, the All-Stars, and Lukey Goodman, who's kicked 4 goals, is handing them off now. He's gone to James Fantasia.
Gee, I tell you what, Case, I don't want the All-Stars to kick this one. They've got to get their first goal themselves, the legends.
Yeah, they really need
look
one.
at that.
Fantasia is to the goal square. Off the ground. I think that's a goal. That's a tremendous goal. Well, that's a fantastic start for the slowdown All-Stars. They've extended the lead now.
That's not what the legends wanted, Case. I can give you the strong tip on it. They needed to get the first goal to get back in touch, but that wasn't the case. The All-Stars have got it. So the task now in front of the legends to get back into this game. Rain's eased momentarily, which is good. I thought it was about to snow there for a moment. Gee whiz.
I think it's still a chance, KG.
Oh, fair dinkum.
Well, that's really made it tough for the SANFL legends. Remembering last year, the SANFL legends, well, they were beaten in a thriller by the Indigenous All-Stars.
Exactly.
By just 3 points. So what can they muster here in this final quarter? Brokey looking very sharp.
Got to kick. Got to get a goal from here. It's a chance. Off the ground. Off the ground. Kick it.
Can he do it, Andrew Sullivan? Oh my!
No, that's $500.
That's what we said, Kate.
Exactly right, Saders.
Andrew Sullivan from Sullivan Consulting said 300 for every goal, and we put it onto him. Look at that. That's through the legs. He's playing trick shots now. Look at through the legs it went, and then have a look at that, mate. That's going to cost you 500 for the Little Heroes Foundation.
Poor old Doherty had to cover his head.
I reckon he's kicked 2 points. That's got to be 1,000 on top of your goals. So good on you, Andrew. We'd love to see the support you've got there for Little Heroes Foundation. Clive Waterhouse wheels around Andrew Jarman like he was, well, stationary. In fact, he was stationary. This is Edwards from inside 50. Spots a little kick up. Sikalala.
Sikalala, good stuff.
Lovely skills. Gives it off to James Gowans. Kicks the ground.
He kicked up.
Kicked the ground. And I reckon he's done. Look, he's hurt himself. James Gowans is in all sorts of trouble. I think he's, well, just about caused himself plantar fasciitis with his foot off the back of that. And Sophie Lee's just taken that nicely. Middle of the ground. Pops the kick up. Nice pass. Scotty Welsh, what can he do? He's going to come out wide here, and that is some very nice work. James Fantasia's been a star.
Game's getting away from him now, Saders.
McLeod, they're playing keepings off.
Oh, Mods.
Tony Modra works his way around. Jamie, oh, and he's got another drop kick. Here we go, Tony Modra again.
Yeah.
Controversial at the slowdown level. I don't know whether that's quite the way we want to be heading.
Well, it's probably the first time we've seen one at slowdown level. Yeah, I mean, you know, AFL, it's, well, hitting a bit. It's what you need to be doing at the moment. Here we go. Clint Alloway spots the kick up nice too. Here's a chance to reply Grokey. Alloway to Grokey. They were playing SANFL footy only the last couple of seasons ago, and
yeah,
he looks good, Groach, doesn't he?
Looks good. Been a very good player. So this is a very important kick. Surely kick this one.
Very impressive. Doing some work as a model too, Groach. We love that. Look at the kick.
He kicked it? No, he's
across the
it.
face.
Oh, gee.
They can ill afford that. 9 goals, 660. The Legends, and they're trailing the All-Stars 13-10-88. They kicked the first 5 of the game, the All-Stars.
Yeah, you've got to kick those, Case, don't you?
34-point lead. Yep. And they've just looked a little sharper.
Yep. Just been able to lift when they needed to lift, the All-Stars.
Good kick from Doughty, found Van Berlo. Inboard, Scotty Welsh has seen plenty of it, and always with a smile on his face, enjoying the afternoon. There's the former #1 draft pick, Clive Waterhouse. Oh, Fantasia took his eye off the ball. Heard the Gowans boys coming.
I take my eye off the ball if they were coming too, Case.
Exactly.
Strong tip.
Chris Gowans gets it to Jarman, almost out on his feet, Andrew Jarman.
Now's a chance.
I suspect his radio show could be in doubt tomorrow afternoon, the way he's going to pull up from this.
Oh, now have we got a goal here?
Sikalella, nice kick.
Tongaree, come on, Tongaree. Knock it in, son. Oh.
He wants to pass it off.
Pass it off.
Oh, he's got it to the goal square.
Here we go. He's got to kick this, surely.
Andrew Sullivan.
Has to kick this.
Going for his 3rd goal and numerous points as well. And I'd say he might have just snuck it in.
Kicked it.
Would not believe it. Obviously, his son Chad did an outstanding job.
Exactly,
They survived a late rush from Sturt, and well, Cornsey, he was there. He had
supporting Port Adelaide.
I saw him with a glass of white, sitting back, and a glass of white, and as the Magpies, well, he doesn't drink, we know that, but I reckon I saw a glass of white next to him when we had him on TV. Yeah, and not only that, he had a little fist pump when the Magpies got up.
You're kidding me.
Here we go. Sullivan, kick it off the ground, son.
Handball goal.
You know what? He's thinking, I've got any money left now. He's just let it roll through from the handball. We can't. Well, Cornsey wasn't drinking because he'd be very disappointed if we said that, but there was a glass of white position.
He's probably holding it for Nick, his lovely wife.
It was adjacent to him. Didn't even have it in his possession.
No, I tried to get him involved there, but clearly not. This is Clive Waterhouse, just pops a little kick up and works out all right. There's Ricky O'Loughlin. Ooh, Ricky.
Out of bounds on the full.
There's a kick for Theodoropoulos down there on the boundary line. Might get himself a kick. But, gentlemen, we should remember that in the game last year, the Indigenous All-Stars were down 24 points in the last quarter and stormed home to win. So
really?
Don't lead the coverage just yet. And that was around the 6-7 minute mark as well. So we're right here again. And there's only 21 points the difference. So don't write off the Legends just yet.
What are the chances of that happening?
Well, I didn't see the script myself, but I would suspect that probably pretty good.
Yeah, they certainly are. Here we go. This is through the centre of the ground. Welsh. Oh, he's found McLeod.
Well, who's checking him? Gosh.
He's got a runner on the outside. Scotty Lee, and he's going into the centre. A little handball over the top if he wants to. He goes with a little chip kick. Here we go. Another goal coming up. Mac Beckwith from Finesse Built. And he's done it too. The tongue is out. The high fives come from Mods and Luke Goodman. Another goal for the Slowdown All-Stars.
Yeah, that might be the seal of that one, Siders. I don't like their chances of getting back now. They needed to kick that goal when they went into attack. But, well, you never know. We could have a barnstorming finish here, guys.
Well, Cage, you have no sense of theatre. We actually do know. I reckon the SANFL Legends are going to come back really hard in the next, 11 minutes. 11 seconds.
Beautiful.
They're going to need a raft of goals, and I reckon there's a chance they're going to get a few of them. Brooke Fogden up in the ruck again against Toby Thurstons, and somehow they just boot off the ground, out wide.
Gowans, boys.
Oh, little little slip there from Chris. Handball out to Filks. Looking very nice too. Silky skills of Filky. Sikalala.
There's a chance.
Works his way around Dowdy. Long handball. Here's Paul Thomas working with the Crows now, the McGarry medalist and the former Bomber. Little drop there came from James Gowans. Over the top. Here we go. Goal for the seven. Sullivan!
Kick it,
Sullivan! Wowee! The money's just coming out of his wallet straight into the Little Heroes coffers.
Oh, gee. It's cost him an absolute squillion. Oh, they're back. They're back, the boys. You might be right, Sodas. I think you've got the script under control here.
Amazing work. Let's have a look at that. Grokey over the top. Sullivan, well, he just had that worried out of him by Mick Forrester there, number 4 for the Slowdown team. And then Andrew Sullivan just gives it a little aeroplane move at the end of that. Let's head downstairs to Theo.
Well, Brooke Fogden from House Rules, Sevens House Rules, of course, mate. What a great day to be involved in. And you're doing something very special for Little Heroes Foundation, aren't you?
Yeah, I've raised some money doing Kokoda. It's a 10th year anniversary. Great organisation, raised 20 million over the years, so fantastic. Looking forward to it, but I don't know if I'm going to get through it. I don't know, we'll see.
Kokoda might be a little bit harder than today.
Yeah, well, I've got to do it with my mother-in-law, so that's going to be even more interesting. So. But I'd just like to make a little mention too. My wife's doing a auction of art for SA artists for SA kids. Get online, get on Brooke and Michelle Facebook, HR, or the Little Heroes webpage as well. So yeah.
Beautiful, mate.
Yeah.
Great to see you out here. Get back out. Grandstand finish.
Here we go, Brooke Fogden.
And his mother-in-law.
Doing Kokoda with your mother-in-law.
I suspect only one of the two might come home.
That is commitment, isn't it? There's a lot of commitment.
Nice one. Here's a chance here. Here's a chance. Come on.
I can only see that ending in tears.
Tongas with the kick. Sophie Lee, as she's held by the one hand. Steve Jackware. Free kick. No, we've heard the umpire blow the whistle. Play on. Advantage for something or other. And here's Adam Grokey.
Kick this, we're back.
Oh,
the boys are back.
Right back. That's going to put them within 16 points. Handball over the top. Oh, no! Andrew Sullivan, what are you doing? Crokey handballed it onto his boot. Oh, he still kept it in play. Here we go. Wiedemann, Dowdy, at half back. Oh, Cage.
Oh, that might be the turning point.
There was a golden opportunity, wasn't it, KG?
Oh, absolutely, Cage. Go on begging.
Could have put them right back in the frame.
Stand up, don't fall over. Shit.
Alloway, handball over the top. The SANFL legends going forward again, desperate for a goal. They need one. And here's a chance.
Wintle. Oh, no.
A handball looking for Sullivan again. Backwell joining in. Now they've got Sullivan a chance, and Sullivan's come up with goal number 5.
What? Number 5 each kick. That's another 300.
How can this bloke kick 5 goals? He can't even kick Andrew Sullivan. He's established that throughout the day. They're just feeding him. Have a look at that. He barely made contact with it even then. I think he kicked it with one of his stops.
Oh, gee.
Oh, good on you, big fella. Doing some wonderful work for the foundation. Terrific stuff. He's kicked a handful. Miraculous.
He'll be stuffed tonight.
Oh, tell you what.
He won't move for a month.
Well, I've got him down for 5, Soda.
Yep, how many behinds?
Well, I couldn't keep up with that. I've run out of room on the paper. So, but he's definitely got 5. He's kicked 3 in this quarter. So we're back to 16 points to margin, and we've got, what have we got? 7 minutes to play.
Need the next one, Case.
Well, this man's dangerous, Luke Goodman. Oh, creative as well. Oh, Van
You're starting to lair rise now.
They are.
The All-Stars.
Waterhouse, Fantasia will have trouble getting down that low. Jarman with him. Matty Beckwith has got problems. Jarman using a wrestling move. And James Fantasia has kicked the goal.
What was Jars thinking?
Look at Jarman.
He's done his knee now.
He's a health hazard, that bloke. Look at that.
He's crunched the pack.
That was just astounding work. And Fantasia, well, he has been pretty impressive today.
Look at Jars. He won't be able to walk tomorrow. Can't walk now.
I think wife Marion will be called on just to try and massage the calves and the thighs.
Calling on Marion, his 2 lovely daughters, Riley and Charlie, to massage him tonight.
Here we go. So the Slowdown All-Stars buy themselves a little bit of breathing space. Mouse Backwell looks out wide. Tongas has played some terrific footy today. Puts the kick up. Little too much for Grokey. Here's Peter Caven. Have a look at him. Dow defender. He's a smart footballer, Peter Caven.
Dashing.
Over to Kimmy Costa. He works his way around. Gives it to McLeod. He's got the wee going past if he wants to use him. Chips in now. Scotty Lee. Gives it off to Sophie Lee. High kick into the centre of the ground. Toby Thurston's was the target, but Dowdy chipped in. Waterhouse. Thurston's. Waterhouse again. Binky on the outside. Here he goes. Brian Binky. Another man looking after his personal training business. Carmony is his training business if you want Binks to look after you. Here's Van Berlo. On to Thurston's. Casual as you. Oh, Tyson Edwards. Dropped what he should have taken. Little handball over the top. Can they get a goal? Oh, no. Matt Beckwith, the boy from Finesse Built, is just cannon that into the post.
Oh, he's trying to knock down that post and get some more work for Finesse Built. He wants to build the posts here.
I think Tyson Edwards just falconed himself too.
It was a personal falcon.
They've got to get the next one, the Legends. Otherwise, it's gone. Gunski. Here's the chance.
Yeah, and there's very little defence being played at the moment from the Slowdown All-Stars. That may have been the case right from the start as well. Steve Jacquia latches onto it. He's looking for Sullivan. They don't want to approach. Oh, he dropped it again. Oh, it's a cake of soap. And Andrew Sullivan, has he kicked it? I think he has.
Tell you what, let's put them back in touch. I think time's going to beat them. How many you kick now, Case?
Sullivan's kicked 3 in this quarter, and he has got 6.
6?
Look at the big fella. He's had about 4 goes at it. You thought he was picking up a cake of imperial leather.
Yeah, I know. At least he has a crack. He's having a go.
He's done well, the big fella.
As the sun starts to shine here at the parade, which is nice.
All right, back in the centre. Toby Thurston's over the top. Only as far as Mouse Backwell tries to unload with a bit of a wobble. But Damien Squire over the top. Here we go. Jack Weir, little stab kick. Andrew Sullivan. Oh boy. We've got a stalemate. Weed.
He's been banged. He's not happy either. He's not happy.
Well, good to see the umpires did get the script, so they're following everything to the T. And it looks like Adam Grokey, the former centre half forward.
Won't they?
Oh, he has. He's kicked it. How many has he got? Has he got 7?
He's kicked 7, including 5 in this quarter.
That's only what, 2,100?
That's 2,100 for the goals, but the points, there's been at least 2 points. That's another grand because he's 500 a point, isn't he? So he's up to about 3,100. Let's head down to, I think Nathan Van Berlo's with Theo.
Thanks, Soda. Well, VB, I mean, Sully's had a pretty big day. He's contributed $2,100 now. He's kicked 7, but can you believe it, given when you look at him?
Oh, sometimes I think he's acting, but he's doing too good a job, I think, to make it look like that. And could have had about 5 grand donations if he had been clean with the footy. But no, been good fun and going to a good cause in Little Heroes.
Absolutely, he's done really well to contribute that much. You, of course, mate, you're still in ripping nick. You could move beautifully around the field here.
Oh, no, a bit of fun today, mate. There's a few guys out there I used to play with that have sort of, well, none of them let them go too much, but let themselves go too much.
Who are the culprits?
Oh, no, Scotty Welsh doing good, Nick. Tyson, obviously Bunge, still looking fit as ever. Backed up 2 games in 3 days, so... I'm recruiting manager James Fantasia. Obviously, he's been playing his role a bit today, so he's been doing all right.
And another one, it's getting pretty tight, mate.
It is actually, yeah. We better get out there and get back into it. We're playing one down at the moment, I reckon.
Go for it.
All right.
Big kick came from Clint Alloway while VB was having a chat there, and we are game on.
Is it 5 points?
Cage.
You wrote the script beautifully, Sody. You called it about 10 minutes ago, Sodas.
All right, the way I reckon it finishes is Sullivan kicks goal number 8. Well, we've only got a minute and a half left. He kicks goal number 8.
Well, you win by a point.
And they win by a point. Here we go.
Cornty gets a sack. And
let's have a look. Andrew Jarman, vision, outstanding.
90 seconds to play.
This is Gowans. This is James. Goes long, up, over the back. Grokey. Oh, the weed. Don't mess it up, weed. Goes into the centre of the ground of the corridor. And Caven. Okay, at this point in time, Welsh. He's got another runner in Caven.
Turnovers needed.
A minute left. Centre of the ground. You're right, Cage. They need a turnover. Binky with it. Gives it to Van Berlo.
Inside the last 60 seconds.
Come on. Turn it over.
The
Slowdown All-Stars edge forward. This time Tyson Edwards takes the mark. On the lead, Clive Waterhouse.
Oh, what?
I'll stand by. Clive Waterhouse didn't get the script.
Oh, so does. He misread your script, son.
Yet to kick a goal today, but he knows how to kick them. Well aware of that. Andrew Jarman's hobbling down to the goal square. I'm not exactly sure why. And Waterhouse doesn't like it off the boot. It's a minor score. It's a minor score. They've got 20 seconds to go coast to coast.
Do a torp straight down the guts. Come on.
They need it quick. 15 seconds left. They've got to go through the centre of the ground. They're not going.
Oh, no, it's come unstuck.
No.
And Lukey Goodman, the teenager who's kicked 4 goals today, is going to have a shot after the siren. The Slowdown All-Stars are going to prevail.
Under 3 seconds to go. Well, sorry,
So Luke Goodman, 4 goals, 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third. This to put the icing on the cake. What a tremendous display from the teenager. And Luke Goodman gets a fistful. That's 5 goals for him. And the Slowdown All-Stars have prevailed here by 12 points.
Unbelievable.
Well, welcome back to the 2017 Finesse Built Slowdown. Full time here in the Slowdown All-Stars. Luke Goodman, the teenager, kicked 5 goals for the All-Stars, and that was in each of the 4 quarters he was able to kick a goal. Modric kicked 4, and Andrew Sullivan kicked 7 goals, including 5 in the last quarter, KG.
Quite incredible case. Great game, great finish.
Now, Andrew Sullivan was one of the sponsors,
yes,
and he said he'd tip in $300 for every goal that he kicked.
And then Soda said $500 for every point, so it's been a good day.
He's thrown in some money. It's a very worthwhile charity.
Yep.
But let's go to Mark Soderstrom now for the presentation.
Well, thanks, guys. Of course, it was a big win by the Slowdown All-Stars. The SANFL legends came home strong. But to present the cup, we've got Chris McDermott from the Little Heroes to the winning captain and coach, the old hand of back together, Tony Modra and Graham Corns. Congratulations, boys. And Cornsey, well, it was very close. You got that big breathing space, but amazingly they came back really hard on you.
Yeah, I think our fitness was a little bit lacking, but and maybe complacency. We got 4 or 5 goals up and the guys went to sleep a little bit, but you can never go to sleep. But fortunately, we found a little bit at the last minute.
Now, Cornsey, unbelievably, you've been sacked from your post coaching these teams in the past. I reckon by getting them home this time, you might save your skin, do you think?
I think this is the first one I've won. To be quite, and even then we tried to lose it. No, it's a great cause. The guys have a lot of fun, and you can still see some of the skills on display. The crowd has a great time, and more importantly, the kids have a good time, and they raise money for a really good cause. So I'm really proud to be part of it.
Well, Cornsey, congratulations on the win. Happy Father's Day to you and all the dads out there too.
Yeah, thank you indeed. Thank you. Same to you.
It's been fantastic to be involved with the Little Heroes Foundation, and it is the Slowdown All-Stars who have won by 12 points. We hope to see you again for next year's Slowdown.
Bye, everyone.